Hello, Peoria Unified. I am joined by two of our stellar students in the Peoria Unified School District, Michael Robbins from Sunrise Mountain High School and Marisela Gomez from Peoria High School. So glad to have you both with us. I'm just going to start right away with you, Michael, but I'm going to come back to you as well, Marisela. I want to hear from the student perspective. It's been a semester. It's been a year, really, but what's it been like from a high school perspective learning during a pandemic?
I think it's been very different than what we're used to, because it's a time where really the only thing that is certain is that nothing is certain. And so we're always trying to adapt to new ways of learning. As certainly the district is changing things, we also have to change as, learners. So one of the big things is focusing more on relying on technology. Expanding what we can do in that realm, things we didn't know before. Microsoft Teams, I don't know that half of the people knew it was a thing up until a few months ago, and now we're using it every day. Communicating with students online is important. For someone in student council, it's always a challenge getting outreach to those virtual students as well. And so we're relying heavily on forming relationships more through social media and things like that, as opposed to necessarily just those in-person relationships. So it's been a challenge, but it's also been a learning experience, and gaining more insights as to how to better lead and how to better learn as well.
Well, I love that you've got that positive spin on it, and that you're really trying to see that silver lining that's there. Marisela, what about you?
I can definitely agree with Michael. It has been an experience, but I think, like he said, we have gained something out of it. Like, we have just expanded so much on communication, such as Teams, and just being able to work around like the learning environment online, finding self-motivation to get all of your assignments done. But I think at the end of the day, it's been worth it. And like, even if we do have to come back to this environment, I think we'll be able to work around it.
Well, and obviously we're hopeful we don't have to do that. We want nothing more than to keep our schools open. Michael, what do you think about the importance of keeping our schools open? Do you think that has been kind of a positive thing? I know you've done virtual, we're back in school, but is it important to you that our schools stay open?
I think it's very important that we keep our schools open as best we can, for a number of reasons. There's certainly students in our district who have different needs than other students, and who need those in-person relationships, who have to be there with their teacher in order to better facilitate their learning. In addition, it's having an in-person school to go to is an experience that allows us to form bonds with our peers. It allows us to talk more easily about the subject matter we're learning, and for many students, it's difficult to learn from home. So I think it's a very crucial step in education that we, as learners and as educators, we take the necessary means to stay safe so that we can keep our schools open.
And Marisela, I know you've been mostly virtual, but it sounds like you will be coming back to the classroom for the second semester. How are you feeling about that?
Okay, so it's a lot of mixed emotions. I'm super excited to go back to school and just see like everyone on campus and just be back to that environment, but it's also like just a little nervous just because I don't know exactly what to expect, especially after winter break, but I think it'll be a good decision. Like, I don't think I'll regret it at the end.
So, and we'll start with you again, Marisela, but what do you say maybe to your peers? What do you say to them as they're kind of having to make some choices and decisions over the breaks on how they interact in order to ensure that, the spread stays low in our communities? Maybe what advice would you give to other students?
I think the best advice I could probably give out is just stay safe during the holidays. Make sure to wear your mask, make sure to sanitize, wash your hands often, try to social distance as much as you can. And if you can avoid going out, just please do, because that can really take an effect on what next semester will look like for all of us.
And Michael, anything you might want to add to that?
No, I agree with Marisela. I think it's important that over the break, we're maintaining social distance. We're not having huge parties with lots of people at them, and we're making sure that when we are in larger groups over the holidays that we're considering wearing our masks, even if it's with extended family sometimes. in order to ensure that our students stay safe and that we can slow the spread to come back to school after break.
Well, two bright shining stars here in our district. We wish you a wonderful fall break, and we appreciate that advice you're sharing with our students.